Have you ever watched someone steal your identity, build a throne out of lies, and then try to banish you from your own kingdom? I have. And the worst part was watching her pretend to be me while treating me like the dirt on her designer heels. My name is Calliope. My father is Sterling Vane, the CEO of Vane Global. Nobody at the company knew this. I wanted to work my way up from the bottom, no nepotism, just merit. I used my mother's maiden name on my application, started as a junior analyst, and kept my head down. Then came Tinsley. Tinsley was a transfer from the London branch. She was beautiful, vicious, and a pathological liar. On her first day, she whispered a secret to the office gossip that spread like wildfire. She was Sterling Vane's illegitimate daughter, the secret princess of the company. Because my dad is incredibly private, nobody could fact-check her. Suddenly, Tinsley was untouchable. Managers were terrified to correct her work. She took 3-hour lunches. She expensed spa treatments as client retention. And she hated me. I think she sensed that I wasn't buying her act. While everyone else fawned over her, bringing her lattes and doing her spreadsheets, I just did my job. That made me a target. It started small. She'd accidentally delete my files. She'd exclude me from email chains. But then it got personal. One afternoon, she dropped a stack of heavy files on my desk. "Redo these, Calliope, by tonight. I have dinner with Daddy and I don't want to be stressed." I looked at her. "These are your accounts, Tinsley. I have my own work." She leaned in, her eyes cold. "Do you really want to play chicken with me? One phone call to my father and you're blacklisted from this industry. Do you know who I am? I own this place. You're just renting space." The irony almost made me laugh, but I held my tongue. I wanted to see how far she would go. She went far. She started taking credit for my ideas. My strategy for the Asian market expansion. Tinsley presented it as hers. When I tried to speak up in the meeting, the VP cut me off. "Let's let Ms. Vane finish, Calliope." They were calling her Ms. Vane. She had actually legally changed her surname to match my father's. The breaking point was the annual Vane Gala. It's the event of the year. Black tie, investors, press. Every employee is invited. 3 days before the gala, Tinsley stopped by my cubicle. She was holding the guest list. "Oh, Calliope," she said, feigning sympathy. "I was reviewing the seating charts with Daddy last night, and we just don't think you're a good fit for the brand image we're going for this year. You're off the list." "It's a company-wide invite, Tinsley," I said. "Not anymore," she smirked. "Security has your photo. If you show up, you'll be escorted out for trespassing. Don't embarrass yourself." She walked away, laughing with her minions. She thought she had won. She thought she had crushed the nobody analyst. She didn't know that I didn't need an invite. I didn't need a ticket. Because I'm not just an employee. I'm the host. And Tinsley was about to find out that blood is thicker than water, and much, much harder to fake. The night of the gala, the ballroom was dripping in gold and velvet. Tinsley was in her element. She was wearing a custom gown that she probably charged to the company card, holding a glass of champagne, and holding court near the stage. She was telling a group of investors how she advised her father on the latest merger. I walked in 20 minutes late. I wasn't wearing my office slacks. I was wearing a vintage emerald gown my grandmother left me and the Vane family diamonds. I walked right past the security guards, who Tinsley had bribed to stop me. They didn't stop me. They bowed. They knew exactly who I was because they were my father's personal detail, not the office rent-a-cops. The room went quiet as I walked down the grand staircase. Tinsley spotted me. Her face went from smug to furious. She marched over to me, her heels clicking aggressively on the marble. "I told you," she hissed, loud enough for the nearby tables to hear. "You are not welcome here. You are trespassing. Security, get this trash out of my sight." People started whispering. The VP looked nervous. "Calliope, maybe you should leave. We don't want a scene with Ms. Vane." "There won't be a scene," I said calmly. "I'm just here to see my father." Tinsley laughed, a shrill, cruel sound. "Your father, you delusional little stalker. My father is the keynote speaker. You're nothing." She grabbed my arm to shove me toward the exit. "Get your hands off her." The voice boomed through the room. It wasn't a shout, but it carried absolute authority. Sterling Vane, my dad, was standing at the top of the stairs. He looked impeccable in his tuxedo, but his face was thunderous. Tinsley lit up. She released me and ran toward him, playing the victim. "Daddy, thank God you're here. This obsession of hers is getting dangerous. She crashed our party. I was just trying to protect the family name." She reached out to hug him. My father sidestepped her. He looked at her with total confusion and disgust. "Who are you?" he asked. The silence in the room was deafening. You could hear a pin drop. Tinsley froze. What? Daddy, stop joking, it's me, Tinsley. I have never seen this woman before in my life, my father said to the room. He walked right past her, straight to me. He took my hands and kissed my cheek. Calliope, darling, I thought you weren't coming. I was about to give the toast without you. Tinsley looked like she had been slapped. She was trembling. But I'm the daughter, I'm Ms. Vane. My dad turned slowly to face her. The only Ms. Vane is the one standing next to me, my actual daughter, and I want to know why you, an entry-level associate, just put your hands on the heir to my company. The VP, the managers, the gossip crew, everyone turned to look at Tinsley. The realization hit them like a freight train. The bullying, the lies, the stolen credit. I was just, Tinsley stammered. She looked for an exit, but security had already boxed her in. You're fired, I said. It was the first time I had raised my voice. And you'll be receiving an invoice for every cent of company money you spent on client retention spa days. We audited your accounts this morning. Tinsley started crying, real ugly tears, begging my dad for a second chance. I did it for the company. I'm an asset. Escort her out, my dad said to the guards, and check her purse for company property. As they dragged Tinsley out, kicking and screaming, ruining her custom gown, I took a glass of champagne from a waiter. I walked up to the microphone. Sorry about the interruption, everyone, I said, smiling at the terrified VP who had helped her bully me. Now let's talk about those Q3 projections, the real ones. Tinsley is currently facing fraud charges. I'm currently running the Asian market expansion. And nobody, and I mean nobody, steals my lunch from the fridge anymore.